Welcome to DSEJ Home Classes. It is an attempt to connect learner with instructor, a digital initiative by Directorate of School Education Jammu. My today's presentation is on Dr. C.V. Raman, the celebrated genius. I am Manmeet Bali, Senior Lecturer in English, Department of School Education, Government of Jammu and Kashmir. Let's move to Chinar 2. Dr. C.V. Raman, the celebrated genius, lesson number 10. And let's have a look at the picture of Dr. C.V. Raman. He was born on November 7th in the year 1888 and he left this world on November 21st in the year 1970. Some glimpses from his life. And today we are going to discuss about the life of Sir C.V. Raman and a few incidents that are very significant in his life. The lesson depicts Raman's philosophy of life and his remarkable achievements. So, Chandrasekhara Venkata Raman was born at Tiruchirappalli in southern India on November 7th in the year 1888. His father was a lecturer in mathematics and physics, so that from the first he was immersed in an academic atmosphere, right? And also he entered Presidency College, Madras in the year 1902 and in 1904 passed his BA examination, winning the first place and the gold medals in physics. In the year 1907, he gained his Master's in Arts degree, obtaining the highest distinctions. His earliest researches in optics and acoustics, the two fields of investigation to which he has dedicated his entire career, were carried out while he was a student. Okay. Since at that time a scientific career did not appear to present the best possibilities, so Raman joined the Indian Finance Department in the year 1907. Though the duties of his office took most of his time, Raman found opportunities for carrying on experimental research in the laboratory of the Indian Association for the Cultivation of Science at Calcutta, of which he became honorary secretary in the year 1990. So these dates are very important. We must remember them, right? And a picture from your book. We can see C.V. Raman with the young generation. And what is the secret of the blue sea or the blue of the sea? Raman's journey to England and back was by sea. In his leisure hours, he used to sit on the upper deck of the ship and enjoy the beauty of the vast sea. The deep blue color of the Mediterranean Sea interested the scientist in him. Was the blue due to the reflection of the blue sky? If so, how could it appear in the absence of light? So several questions came to his mind. Even when big waves rolled over the surface, the blue remained. How? As he thought over the problem, it flashed to him that the blue color might be caused by the scattering of the sun's light by water molecules. He turned over this idea in his mind again and again. Immediately after his return to Calcutta, he plunged into experiments. Within a month, he prepared a research paper and sent it to the Royal Society of London. Next year, he published a lengthy article on the molecular scattering of light. So, a scientific outlook in his career and the phenomena of light while passing through different media together with quantum theory of light, which has gone under his name as Raman effect. So, we can make out that the quantum theory of light was also named as Raman effect. It was this discovery that won him for the much coveted and prestigious Nobel Prize. Thus he became the first Indian, nay Asian, who rose to the status of Nobel Literate. Raman had a very deep love for his country, India. This is evidenced by the fact that he suffered a nervous breakdown while receiving Nobel Prize from the hands of the Swedish king Gustav, and tears gushed down his cheeks when he realized that he was standing under the Union Jack, that is British flag, and not the Indian tricolour, which meant that his country, India, did not have a flag of her own. Besides, he never opted for a European hat and suit in place of a typical Madrasi turban. Such was the love for his country. He believed in simple living and high thinking. He laid upon his countrymen to study science, to be of some use to the country. So, this is also very important. He always wanted simple things like a glass of plain water, a long walk in the woods, and a loaf of ragi. Fascinated him more than anything else, right? And above all, patriotism. Raman was proud to be an Indian. Until the day he died, he did not give up his traditional Indian turban in favor of a European hat. Okay, so we can realize that such was the great love for his country. The life of Sir C.V. Raman had been of unswerving devotion to the pursuit of knowledge and of unceasing service to the cause of science and the promotion of research in India. He set up Raman Research Institute when the end came on November 21st in the year 1970. His mortal remains were consigned to flames in the campus of the institute itself as per his wishes. So, this was his last wish. And some important questions and answers. What discovery did Raman make during his voyage across the Mediterranean, and how did it prove to be important? Raman discovered that water molecules could scatter light like air molecules during his voyage across the Mediterranean. It set him on the track to discovering the famous Raman effect. And in the year 1922, he wrote a brilliant essay entitled The Molecular Diffraction of Light, in which he speculated that light may exist in quanta, that is, as massless particles of energy. So you can go through these questions. Why was there no Indian flag flying when Raman was awarded Nobel Prize? How did this affect him? Nobel Prize was awarded to Raman, you must remember, in the year 1930 for physics, and at that time India was under the British rule. That is why there was no Indian flag. When he saw himself under the British flag, he was so moved by the emotions that tears started trickling down his face. Okay, and next question is, Raman was proud to be an Indian. How did this manifest in his personal life? Raman was proud to be an Indian. He would wear a closed coat and turban till his last breath. He did not give up his traditional Indian turban in favor of a European hat. I can admit success in life is always to the intelligent or the strong. What are other qualities according to Raman bring success in life? Raman was of the opinion that success in life does not always come to intelligent or the strong. Please remember this. It is to some extent a bit of gamble. To be successful, one has to get one's mind right and know one's job well. Then only you can get success in life. And a very important question, what was Raman's philosophy of life? Raman's philosophy of life was very simple. He was of the view that we should not get disappointed if we do not succeed in a life at the first attempt. We should not lose our heart, rather we should continue our efforts. We should face up to life and take it as it comes to us. Life should be enjoyed with common things in nature, and at the same time, it should be appreciated with the available resources that we see around ourselves. So, big motivation for all of us. And this was an insight into Dr. C.V. Raman's life. So, students, thank you once again and wish you all the very best. Take care.